Well, we haven't had much success in the last couple of trades. Small losses. We've implemented our stop strategy correctly, um, and it seems that we're pushing higher highs in the D, E, F, G, H, I period. I'd like to get a retracement and get a long, but God, in these markets, they don't offer much retracement. A point or two maybe, and that's tough. Right now 37s, are support. If we trade the 38s, you might be able to pick up a long position. We might try to do that. Um, that's not normal for me. It's just challenging for me to go from an observation of a seemingly balanced day to one that I'm now trying to buy a retracement with higher highs and higher lows for a breakout type of day. But we're consolidating up here in the 39s, which is right around the D period of Friday. And with the higher highs and higher lows, it seems like this market wants to break out, and short covering could actually propel us quite higher. So, having said that, now where do we get along aboard? We're going to look for cross trade here down in the 38s and actually take a long position, which is the opposite of the last couple positions we've attempted to take. Okay, we're going to take the 39.75s if we can get them. I'd like to get the 39s. I didn't see a lot of cross trade down here. There was a little bit, volume, but not much. Not much. All right, we're going to take the 39.75s here. Well, there are some ticks in the 38s. That would have been nice to get, but we're sticking with our 39.75s. It's not the best trade location, considering a minute later we could have got the 38.75s, but that's okay. We're going to stand by. We have our stop in place. We have our target on the first contract. The target on the second contract, I actually have down here the word close with a question mark. So we're going to keep that open and think about that for a minute. Well, we're about 1 minute away from the J period opening up, and we have not made a lower low in the I period, or didn't make a lower low below the H period. So even though we've been underwater with our 39.75s here for a little bit in a consolidation, we feel comfortable that making the decision going from a previously balanced kind of day to taking a long at the high, which is not my normal liking. We're anticipating some short covering here and a break above yesterday's high. So our stop is 34.75. This is one trade that is not my normal approach. I would normally be trying to be shorting this, thinking that we're still creating a balanced day. We're going to see if that perception or observation is correct. J period now is just about to test the I period low. I wouldn't be surprised J period makes the lower low a little bit, but if we don't make a higher high in the J period above the I, then I think there's a high probability that we're headed back down into the at least to test the value area high, which is the 33 area. Now they start to hit the bid, so our 39.75s are again underwater. Now the question is, is this just a little fake out in the J period like we talked about, taking out the I period low for just a little bit, just filling in that little lower area of this volume cluster. If you look, well, it's not on this chart, but if you look at the market profile chart that has the Globex session, you can see the histogram volume clusters next to it, and you'll see that the H period low is the transition from the previous cluster to this current little cluster. So you don't want to panic down here in the 37s. Matter of fact, this would be a nice position to potentially better 39.75s, but we've abandoned that strategy since January. We're trying to see if our new strategy is any better. So we're going to stand tight here. While we're here testing the J period low, this is important at the 38 holes here. We're early in the J period, about halfway through the J period. So if this next 15-minute segment of this period breaches this 38 area, then we could be in for a little bit of a ride down toward the mean test at 33. That would put us at a stop, would certainly hit our stop at 34. So we're trying to keep a close eye here on this level, and we'll try to adjust any exits if we can. I'm not really surprised that we're testing the 37s, but it's really important we stay above the H period low, I think, in my opinion, 36.50. 37 was an area where we had some significant cross trade that brought us up to the high in the I period in the 42s. So this is an area that we need to hold. Well, we're testing this H period low now, and it doesn't appear that there's a lot of volume coming in down here at the low, which might hold the cross trade. You can see there was 13 here, 13 there. It's like 9 here, 9 here, 6 here. Pullback column slightly negative, but you know, it doesn't seem like anybody's really hitting the bid. It's just sort of floating around here. So, you know, unfortunately, when it does break this area with our 34.75 stop, I doubt we're going to have time to make any major decision that's going to save us any big money. But we will have, though, missed an opportunity to sell the cluster up there, the volume cluster. That's a tough call. The profile at this point is, you know, not quite balanced anymore. It's got that 3 TPO HIJ period. It's sort of flat. Looks like the profile is unfinished. And considering we've had 30-point ranges, you know, 30-point range, 15 points of that could be unfinished. 40 points, 20 points could be unfinished. So, you know, there might be an opportunity to get back in if we test the next volume cluster lower down in the 30s. Be prepared to get back in maybe. So we'll pause and wait. We just opened the K period. We are in the 36s. This is an area that is very important to hold. If we break under 36, I hate to just reverse the trade. That's never worked out for me, so I won't do it. But I wouldn't be surprised if the K period under the J period low just continues until it hits the 30 volume cluster, which is 6 points below us, which obviously would be a nice trade to take. But see, we again see some cross trade down here, which is you know, some data coming in that is good. It's if you're long from where we are, if that holds, if that doesn't hold, then that could certainly give way to initiative bidding on the bid. So, and like I say, the value area high is 33.75, and our stop is just above that by a point or so. And the K period, if it comes down to 33, that would be the next entry for a long. If in fact you wanted to prepare yourself for a short covering rally or a reversal back toward the high once the point of control was rejected, or the value area high of today, which is 33.50, was rejected. Today is the 5th day of this consolidation between the 63 and the 17 area. And the commitment to traders again said that we were neutral in this consolidation. So a short covering rally, I certainly wouldn't want to be short from down here. I think the probability is that a short covering rally could be easily achieved. The question is, does it occur from the point of control? Does it occur from the high volume point of today's cluster at the point of control? If so, and we get stopped out, which we probably will here soon, only 2 ticks away, then the re-entry on the long side, if you still think that scenario is plausible, would be in the 30 to 33 area. I'd have to look at the volume and price chart, maybe a little lower, somewhere around the D period, low, E period, 27 to 30 area.